So many of you are asking me to talk about Wendy Williams. So I will. So I've met Wendy a bunch of times. I've done her show. And I want to tell you this. Her show is a syndicated show, which is different than like a network show where you're just listening to sort of one boss. When you have a syndicated show, you have 1,000 bosses all across the country, every small market of stations, of TV stations. So it could be like in Iowa, in Alabama, I don't know. Everybody has an opinion. They're coming at you with like, oh, your top is too short, your skirt is too high, your lip gloss is too red, and it's a lot of pressure. And the big money is where the syndication is. Now, someone like Kelly Ripa is on a network show. I don't think that's syndicated. I don't know. But anyway, Kelly Ripa has like a great job, and that's like a safe and reasonable environment. Like she has like a great work-life balance. That's rare as a talk show host. Okay. I feel like Kelly Clarkson and Drew Barrymore are doing a good job. So is Jimmy Fallon, of keeping some version of sanity and a normal life. But let me tell you something, it's not a joke. So the Wendy Williams group that she was doing the talk show for, I have met with them and I know the space fairly well because I had a talk show and it was a syndicated talk show. So here's what goes on. Wendy, it worked for her to do the hot topics, to talk kind of back, to trash people every day. That was what was the most successful part about her show. And it was relentless. And it would be like, you wouldn't even really want to go on there because it's just like, what do we need this for? After she already trashed me, now they're asking us to come back. And you have to be really unhappy to kind of do that every day for years, that job, because everybody's pulling at you. Everyone's pulling at you for 1,000 things. When we come back, up next, 2 shows a day. Let's do the holiday segment. Let's show the Clorox check. Let's give away the giveaway. Let's give away the big check for the person who won the competition. And people are on you like a pit crew from 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's relentless. It's a nightmare. So you walk into that studio and there's several people with a clipboard, producers for the individual segments, the producer for the overall show, what went wrong. You have to send messages to individual station groups. It is pressure central. Ellen went through this too. And so it's impossible to be happy. And I only did it for 1 year. They've done it for so many years. And the reason they keep doing it for so many years is that every year that it succeeds, you make so much money. You could start off at $1 million a year. You could end up making $30 million a year. Rachel Ray, it took a toll on her. It definitely took a toll on Wendy. I mean, it takes a toll on everyone. It's like you're kind of doing that just because it's so much money if you are successful at it. If you can do it for a couple of years, that's when you start making real money. It could be like $5-10 million. But at what price? Because it's a nightmare. And I believe that something like that could drive someone crazy who's already, going through something. And what my understanding was from going to that show was that her husband was controlling. He was sitting in the back, but he was pulling all the strings, and he was a lot of pressure. And I think there were a lot of substance issues, and it's just a pressure cooker. And so what has happened to Wendy Williams is not a massive surprise to me as someone who experienced that for 1 year, but for another summer working with Ellen and doing it in LA for a year or 2 on the road show when you're trying to sell it. Just I got an understanding of it, and I know most of the parties involved. It's a nightmare.